You've seen the posts. Organic reach, it's dead. The algorithm is broken. Zero click, killing my traffic. No one sees anything unless it's viral or unhinged. Cue the eye rolls, right? Algo gonna algo. The algorithm is broken. But here's the actual truth that nobody wants to say out loud. We are not trapped in the algorithm. We are the algorithm. It's like that old TomTom billboard from back in the day. It read, "You're not stuck in traffic, you are traffic." Same deal here. Today's walled garden platforms, they're not rigging discovery, they're reflecting it, and they use that hunger, our hunger, to give us more and more and more of that sugar high. Our clicks, our habits, our twitchy little dopamine loops. It's fed back to us at scale. Platforms don't shape desire, people do. Platforms feed it. We are the noise that we want to pierce. So if your brand isn't getting discovered, you're not going to get anywhere chalking it up to an algorithm problem. We have to breathe the oxygen we've been given. So forget the algorithm and focus on relevance. In other words, stop thinking about this as a general signal versus noise game. We're in a new era now, one of intentional discovery. Modern audiences aren't waiting to be reached, they're curating, and whether or not they're conscious about it, they are curating, self-sorting themselves into tighter, higher context spaces. They're choosing resonance over reach. And in those spaces, if you want intentional discovery, you can't think about it as a broadcast. You have to belong to that audience. Here's what I mean. So back in the day, discovery was predictable. Our ICPs, personas, target market, whatever word you like, broadly speaking, our audience, well, they watched the same shows, they read the same magazines, they came to the same trade shows, they surfed the same websites, and subscribed to the same newsletters. All we had to do was insert the right message, whether it was paid or not, in the right place, challenging or not, and boom, brand discovery and awareness. I mean, heck, we even still call it when we purchase media an insertion order. But today mass media isn't the choir that we're preaching to. It's not an audience for you, the pop star that can come in and play your greatest hits and be discovered. It's an improvised jam session, and you only get to play if you can read the room. Audiences are fragmented, self-selected, rooted in context, identity, and vibe. It might be a self-selection in giant platforms like YouTube or niche groups like a Slack group. Doesn't matter. Every content platform, whether it's a TV network, a streaming network, a group chat, a Reddit thread, all of them filter out anything that doesn't feel like it doesn't belong. So as a brand, how do you show up and create that resonance, that relevance? Here's the key. Today, you don't build general audiences. You become belonged by many. See, here's what I mean by that. If you're a brand that's not already known, let's say, unknown, and you're trying to drive awareness and trust within a new target market, you don't scale one audience, you stitch together many, one room at a time, one trusted signal at a time. I'm calling that audience gravity. Your question isn't, how do I get more general eyeballs, but rather, how do I create a presence in multiple audiences so valuable, so resonant, that people seek me out outside the bounds of that context? Because the future of brand discovery is earned, it's not sprayed. You're not building a mass audience, you're joining multiple intentional ones. But what if you're already a known brand, like a known commodity? Well, that's wonderful, but guess what? Familiarity does not equal relevance these days, not anymore. So just like the unknown, you got to show up differently in different rooms without watering down who you are. New sub-brands, contextual content, modular messaging. You keep the voice, but you expand the brand's vocabulary. Whether you're unknown or iconic, the mission becomes the same. Earn your place among many audiences and design your experiences so that you're accepted, you belong in those audiences. It's a jam session. Play the room. And when you hit the right groove, that's when the audience gravity takes over. Suddenly you're not chasing brand discovery, you are the brand discovery. It will be your turn to lead the jam. You want more? Well, I wrote a whole article on this here, and until I see you again, just remember, it's your story. Maybe I should say, it's your jam. Play it well. I'll see you next week.